what you're going to hear, and that's one that actually Tammy asked for. So we went ahead and said, let's do this, all right? It's KUHS, the stream. Those of you who want to see the beautiful Tammy Stellar, you can join us on Facebook now, and we're going to go live here in just a little bit. And why are we doing this? Because, you know, with Medicare and Medicaid and the upcoming, do they, excuse me, do they call it Obamacare still?
They do, but it's also called ACA.
ACA, which stands for?
The Affordable Care Act.
Oh, okay. The Affordable Care Act. Okay. All right. I'm getting waiting for the okay from Mr. Henry Archuleta, and it's a 3, and we're on. Are we? Are we, Henry?
It's in front of you.
It's right in front of me. All right. Hi, everybody. It's Paul Chavez, KUHS, the stream. And we are live on Facebook and 48 other platforms around the world. And with me, I got the lovely Tammy Stellar of Stellar Solutions. And Tammy, welcome to KUHS.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be here, Paul.
I'm glad you're here, and I'm so excited because, you know, one of the big things is, you know, you got to try it before you buy it kind of thing. And here at KUHS, I do believe that you got to believe in what you're selling, kind of. And actually, we're not selling anything. We're actually giving it away, and that's information. And for me, I've been dealing with you for, what, a couple of years now?
Oh, yeah. We've been together 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. And what she's saying is that she's actually provided information and has given me the right plan for Medicare. And that's just part of the privileges of turning the years that we do, right?
Exactly.
You know, and it's been great for me, and it can be good for you. And now I was telling everybody in the last couple of weeks, do not make your decisions yet till you hear Tammy, because they are being bombarded with so many advertisements on television, on radio, and all of this, and I've never couldn't see myself going off just watching a commercial and saying I want to get that.
Oh, no,
You know?
that's terrible. Or answering the phone to a scam and
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying yes.
Yes.
No, we're worth so much more than that. We need to tailor our insurance to our needs.
Right.
And
right.
that's what I help do.
You know, and again, we are talking about Medicare and Medicaid, and there's different options out there. And now that the government's opened up, I think we're okay, huh?
Yeah, I think everything's going to go through. We'll be set for January.
All right, that's wonderful. So now tell me, how does it all begin? I know how it does, but I want you to share how it all begins. Getting in contact with you and setting up appointments and all that good stuff.
Okay, so terrific. So instead of just answering the phone and doing a scam and somebody that won't be with you, if you want somebody that will come to your house that will look at your issues, then you call me. I'm an independent agent. I don't have a dog in the fight. And importantly, you cannot pay me.
That's right.
You may not.
I couldn't believe that. I tried to bring out my checkbook and she goes, no. I'm just kidding.
No, if my clients try to pay me, I have to fire them.
Yes.
So it's a zero cost, and I come to your house and I look at your situations, your drugs, your doctors, what you want out of your insurance,
Right.
what's important.
Right.
And to get a hold of me, you just shoot me an email or a text. We make an appointment, we sit down, and then I'm yours as long as you need me. Every year we can get together. If things change in your life, you never have to worry about a call center again. I'm your girl.
And you know what? The beauty about this, you could share your phone number at any time, right? You could do that right now.
I absolutely could. And it's, even though I'm here in Colorado, my phone number is from Kentucky, so don't be afraid, I'm Kentucky. But if you're not in Kentucky, I'm licensed in Colorado, I'm licensed in New Mexico.
There you go.
I'm licensed in Arizona, I'm licensed in Nebraska, and I'm licensed in Indiana. So we could do Zoom calls for anybody outside of our metro here, and the best way is just shoot me a text at 502-599-5928.
There you go. Now, What's the deal with all these things I see about getting grocery carts? Is that a scam or what's the deal?
Well, a lot of the times when you hear about them and the way they're presented, they are a little scammy. You have to qualify for a grocery card, and you don't need to be on Medicare on a low income subsidy to get them.
Okay.
You can qualify for them through your health conditions. If you are a senior who is not on any prescriptions and you don't have any conditions, you will not qualify.
There you go.
But if you have prescriptions, I can help you get one if it's in the best interest of you. We don't want to get a grocery card but then have high copays.
Yes.
So we got to balance it.
And I kind of went you went through that with me where I got excited when you say, hey, you can get $300 and some a month in
So
groceries.
nice.
And I'm like, yay! But wait a minute, your copays are going to be high. So I've experienced that. I got a little excited. So I had to weigh it out. Do I want to get a bunch of groceries and have high copays? Or, because I do a lot of meds. So, kind of letting it out there. I do a lot of meds. So I said, no, this is not going to work. So, what did you tell me?
I told you to slow your roll.
Slow my roll
And we
and-
want to keep what's important. We want to
Right.
keep your doctors. We want to keep your costs low. We want you to go where you want to go. And if we can get some extra blings in, we'll bling it up.
Right, I like that. And how do you know it's time for a review?
It's always time for a review. If you were turning 65 and you didn't know what you were doing, because I think it's so unfair that we turn 65 and our whole healthcare system changes and they don't explain it to us.
Right.
So we just take a risk and we take whatever plan. If that's you, you need me.
Right.
And it's not just the end of the year. We can get together in January. We can get together in June as you're turning 65. I want to put a plug in here for people that are turning because there's a really important new rule that's affecting people.
Okay.
Okay, so anybody who's on group commercial insurance that, like through your employer, a lot of times you're on a high deductible plan.
Right.
And that's where you get the health savings account and you have to spend like $10,000 before your insurance kicks in. Those may not be considered creditable coverage by Medicare.
Say that one more time, please. I'm sorry.
So if you are on a high deductible plan where you have to pay a lot of money before your insurance kicks in on your costs,
Okay.
CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, may not consider that plan creditable coverage.
Okay.
So it's not as good or better than Medicare.
Okay.
So as you turn 65, you don't want to stay on your group commercial plan.
Okay.
You really want to jump to Medicare to avoid penalties.
Makes
Because
sense.
CMS loves to give you penalties.
Now, who should I trust? That's what I want to know. I mean, I trust
Okay.
you,
Well, yeah.
and I'm sharing her with you all because I trust her. I've dealt with her, and I know what it's about. But who should people trust?
You should never trust anybody that calls you without your invitation to call. That's number one.
There
They
you go.
do not have your best interest at heart.
Right.
And they're calling you nonstop. Do not
Right.
trust the ads on Facebook. You want somebody local with experience. I've been in the industry for over 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
I worked for the carriers and I really got to experience and understand Medicare deeply. And then there just came a time, Paul, and you know what I'm talking about, where it's like, I don't want a boss anymore.
Yeah.
So I quit.
Wow.
And I started this because what I wanted to do in my gray hair sunset career is help people.
Absolutely.
So I don't have a boss, my clients are my boss, and I have 20 years experience that I can bring into our conversations to help guide people get on the plan that suits them the best.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you may not be able to answer it, but what is percentage of people turning of age to get Medicare or Medicaid in Colorado right now? Do you know?
Well, across the country, there are over 11,000 people a day turning 65.
A day.
A day. A day.
Wow. Wow.
And in not just the people turning 65 that need help, we need to get together 6 months before you turn 65. Call me, 599-5928. My area code is 502. We want to get together then, but even after that, you can still run into trouble.
Right.
There are 100,000 people in the state of Colorado this year that are losing their coverage because the carriers the big names that you see on your insurance card
Right.
are stopping those plans.
Wow.
So even though you picked it, they're not going to let you have it anymore.
Wow.
So we need to
Wow.
work it out.
So now, you were talking about the different carriers and this kind of thing. How many different carriers do you offer?
I work with 11 different carriers. I
Not
do
bad.
Medicare Advantage. I do Medicare supplements. I do drug coverage. I don't do ACA, but I have a very good friend if you're under 65 and you need somebody you trust. And even if you speak Spanish, y hablo español,
Oh, en español.
I can
okay.
refer you. So you can give me a call, shoot me a text, and I will hook you up with somebody who will make it right, because there's so many changes. One of my friends on ACA, her premium went from $800 this year to $1,800
Ouch.
next year.
Ouch. Ouch. Now, the big holdup in opening up the federal government was because of the medical insurance and what was going to happen. They were talking about doubling and tripling.
hmm
What's going to happen?
Oh my gosh, I wish I had a crystal ball.
Okay.
I don't know. But I can tell you historically, when Medicare started in the late 60s, 25% of the population was under 30 years old.
Okay.
Okay? And
So it
like
wasn't
10%.
affecting that many.
Right.
people.
Well, I'm sorry. No, I got that wrong. Only 25% was above that. 75% was younger. We were a very young nation.
Okay.
So it was easy to fund Medicare.
Okay.
Now we have almost half of our population getting Medicare age. And there's not as many people working and putting into the system. So there might be less money to work with.
Wow.
So it's kind of scary to stay on original Medicare because you might have a lot of financial vulnerability.
Wow.
And a Medicare supplement and a Medicare Advantage can reduce your vulnerability.
Makes sense.
Nobody wants to go broke from open heart surgery.
No. Now, you had mentioned that even though you get us signed up, let's say with a new company, and let's say in January it wasn't all that was promised to be, and can you change up?
Well, yeah, you can. The election periods are pretty complex. The first one is your initial when you turn 65.
Right.
And then Medicare is treated just like your commercial insurance. Every year we have annual enrollment.
Right.
And that's right now through the 7.
Right.
And then in January, CMS has an election period called open enrollment period, and that's kind of your buyer's regret. So if you get into a plan those first 3 months and you're not feeling the vibe on it,
Right.
your doctor's not in network, your prescriptions are too expensive, you don't like the messaging from your company,
Right.
you can make a change. And then you're stuck unless you move to a different zip code. You get some financial subsidies like a low income subsidy or Medicaid, or you lose that, which has been happening unfortunately a lot.
A lot.
And that affects your plan choice, so then we can change plans.
Okay.
So we've got special, we've got annual, and then we've got a buyer's regret one in the
Okay.
spring.
Okay. So now I picked Tammy. Now, how do people go about picking, say, a representative to help them out with this? Even, I mean, I'm telling you, this is the girl to go with. But let's just say they want to shop around.
Okay, so if I'm not your cup of tea, which I'm not everybody's,
Right.
I would recommend in Colorado going to a website called healthplanhelpers.com.
Healthplanhelpers.com. Okay.
Right. And there are over almost 200 agents in this area that are like me, that are independent, that are well educated, and that will service your needs for $0. And the thing I like about that is that you can continue with them for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about another scam ad. Like with you, Paul, when you have a question and you just shoot me a text and you're like, hey, Tam, what about this?
Right.
And I shoot you a text, you never have to worry. I'm always available
Right.
to you.
Right.
So if I'm not the one you want, I have 200 others waiting in the stables, and it's called healthplanhelpers.com.
Awesome. No, and that's the thing. It's kind of like an insurance agent for your automobile. Even though you're most of the time, like for instance, I have State Farm, but
Sure.
and I have an agency that I deal with.
Right.
But I know I'm not going to get that person. It's always going to be one of her helpers. With you,
Yes, it's me.
it's you.
I'm a one woman show, but this summer I am hiring someone
Oh.
to be an assistant to me. And I think this person, I've vetted this person for almost 30 years because he's my son.
Right, right.
And
That's a funny one.
right,
Okay.
and so he's going to help me
Keep
do
it
some
in the
customer
family.
service
Yeah. Okay.
and take care of like maybe helping with Medicaid applications, those
Right.
types of things. And if it's a good fit, he's a teacher, he's a storyteller. He's got a great personality, and he will do the same thing I do. Come
Almost
out,
like mom.
right? So, and he'll have my 20 years of experience. So if he has questions, he comes to me.
There you go.
So we're keeping it very small, very boutique. I want my clients to feel like they're important and they're special. I want them to feel no nervousness. I want them to know they have the best that I can find for them that would fit their needs. Because there's no one best plan, you know that.
No.
But there is a plan that might fit your needs better than others, and I love it when my clients trust me to find that for them.
Now, to make an appointment with Tammy, what do we do?
Super easy. Shoot me a text, 502-599-5928. You can also send me an email if you're an email person, tammy.stellar@gmail. Or you can
Spell
look
that name.
well, I'm not truly stellar. STELLER.
Okay.
And you can look up stellarsolutions.com on the internet, and then you'll reach out to me, I'll reach out to you. We'll, we always have to fill out permission slips for the government.
Yeah, right
always
away,
got to
right
follow the
away.
rules. And then we schedule some time, and it can be like in the house. It can be in like a coffee shop that has internet. We can meet at some provider offices even, because I do have some relationships with provider offices, so we can do that. And then, like, our experience together, we'll decide on something, we'll sign it up, and then if you have any questions, you call me. And if you need to help getting things set up, like you do have a grocery card, you need my help, I'll help you. But it also, your needs change as
Right.
we age, and sometimes your provider stops being doesn't stop being important, but stops meeting your needs as fully as you would like them
Right,
to.
right.
And then I can help you find a different provider that will meet your needs.
There you go.
So I just try to make it easy. So, this is retirement.
Yes.
We're supposed to enjoy it. We're
Right.
supposed to have fun. We're supposed to be able to afford it.
Right, right.
And so my job is to make that easier.
Well, when they told me when you retire you're going to be traveling a lot, but I didn't know it was to the doctor. I had to throw that in there. Yeah, it's to the doctor a lot, and I actually, I look at my calendar, it's like another appointment, but
Good times.
hey, that's part of preventative maintenance or
Yes.
or just general stuff that you got to take care of,
It's
and you
not
got to
always
have
fun.
insurance.
It's not always sexy, but the more you do that, the more you do those well care visits, the more you build that relationship with your provider. What I have found is if my clients do that, they live longer, they spend less on their medical care because they catch things when they're a little bit less intense,
Right.
and they don't need me as much because they're happier. I want my clients to spend less and live longer. We
Yeah.
all win, so keep going.
Well, for me, folks, and this is an unpaid deal for me as far as me endorsing Tammy. I have turned her on to some good friends, relatives that, they swear about her up and down, and it's not a matter of her getting back to you days later. She'll get back to you within the hour, which is really important. Yeah, right now I know you're very busy, but that's special to people. It makes them feel important, and most of all, you're taking care of their needs, and it's neat.
Yeah, and one of the things I love about our relationship is exactly that you've referred me people, and since we hit it off when we had our first appointment, now I get to meet your people and take care of your people, and they're so much easier to work with than just a stranger, because I don't have to work as hard to develop that trust. If you said I'm good, they're likely to believe me. Then I can help them, and then they refer. It's a much easier way for me to do business because my clients become my friends.
Right.
I like the vibe of my people.
There you go.
So referrals is amazing. Thank you.
And you know what? you may not be comfortable having someone over your house. Do you ever offer like group settings?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
Um, I will do, like, this past fall, I did a whole presentation on what are the changes for 2026, things you need to know, like your Part B premium going up to 206, it's $21. So things like that, I will do that. I will also do, like, if you've got a group of people, like say you wanted to get 3 or 4 of your buddies together,
Right.
we can go and meet at a restaurant and I can tell everything. We can meet at a
Starbucks.
Starbucks, absolutely, yes. I don't want to give any,
Oh, that's
any
fine.
names, but yeah, we can do that. If you don't want to meet me in person, you just don't want people in your house. I'm a stranger. I get that. It might be weird for you. We can do it over the phone.
Right.
We can do it over Zoom, so
Yeah.
we can still look at each other and take care of everything. And I never have to step into your house.
Right. Right.
So we've got lots of options.
And again, folks, I can't say enough about this lady, and this is why we invited her on the show. We're very picky, and we try and make our station non-intrusive. So when they're listening, because there's so many choices that people have, and when we feel it's something so important, because our health and getting the right insurance, especially those ones that are turning of age,
Yeah.
to get in, because when I first got into this, I had no clue.
It's so hard. Like, do I take Social Security? When do I take it? How do I get Medicare? Where do I sign up?
Right, right.
I can guide people through that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go. It really is, like how they say now you got a friend in the diamond business. Now I got a friend in the insurance business, and I'm happy to share her with you folks. I just can't say enough. Now, what other benefits or things that maybe we need to know about as you're turning of age?
Okay. All right. Okay. So one of the big things is the cost of prescription drugs. It can be crazy. So about 18 months ago, a law was passed that reduced 10 more very common prescription drugs for seniors. So if you're on some brand name drugs, you may see the price go down next year. So that's good news. But still, it can be very expensive. So your Medicare Advantage or your drug plan now limits your out-of-pocket cost to $2,100. So with your copays. But still, Paul, that can be a lot.
That could be a lot, especially for those that are making too much money.
Right, and so you're thinking, well, do I take my drugs or do I eat? Well, they've made it a little easier this year in that you can call your carrier, the person that is on the name of your card, and say, hey, I need the M3P program, M3P.
Yep.
And what that does is when you go and pick up your prescription, you don't pay a copay anymore.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't mean you don't owe it. What happens
I
is
get it.
the carrier will pay the bill for you. So now you get your drugs, and then the carrier's going to send you a bill.
I've seen
And
that.
you really need to do your best to pay that bill,
Yes.
right? But you're not going to not have access to your medications if things are tight.
Right, right.
You want to be able to live. So they help you with that. But here's the final catch on that. Let's say that we did that. We let our company pay for it. And then at the end of the year, we didn't pay off our total prescription drug bill and we went to a different company. So we left that old one high and dry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year, if we wanted to go back to that old company that we had a bill with, do you think they'd take us back?
Oh, no.
No, hard
No.
pass, hard pass.
Yeah.
So we do have to pay that bill, and even if it takes us a little more, and if we ever want to go back, we would have to pay it.
Right.
But we're not in that immediate squeeze anymore when we're standing at the pharmacy and they look at us and say, hey, that's going to be $700.
Right, right. Now, a lot of people are talking about these Ozempic, Mounjaro, and all of these
Yes.
different lose weight, but at the same time, if you're losing weight, you can get healthier. And it seems like they're actually going to lower those drug costs.
They
Am I
might.
right?
Okay, so when we're dealing with a population 65 and above, our health needs are fragile and drugs may react differently with us as we age. So CMS is reluctant to put a lot of those newer drugs in the formulary to allow us to have them. Sometimes it takes a little longer for those companies and the government to say, yes, we can have them.
Okay.
And if they say, yes, we can have them, sometimes they'll say, but you have to have a certain condition. You need to weigh, you need to try some step therapy, some lower expensive drugs before we get those. So it's never going to be an immediate yes. We've
Right.
got to jump through the hoops. And sometimes we might need to take something and it might be a pill and you're not losing weight.
Right.
But we have to try it, work with our
Right.
doctor, and then get up to that.
And of course, it's not just to look good. It's to somewhat get healthy again, because a lot of this diabetic stuff is
High blood pressure
high
stuff.
blood pressure and all
Yes.
that good stuff. And I'm a victim of all that. But I just can't say enough. You want to have somebody in your home that you can feel comfortable with. She likes dogs.
I
And
love dogs.
she's just awesome with that. And I just can't say enough about her. Give him that number again.
It's area code 502-599-5928. But if you want to email me, it's Tammy, Tammy, .stellar, STELLER, @gmail.com.
That easy.
It's easy.
And I'll tell you what, especially if you live in Colorado, feel fortunate because, man, she'll go. How far will you travel around the state?
Oh, I am actually doing a next Saturday in Gilpin County at the library. I'm doing a talk about what's changing. So I'll go up into the mountains, but it does depend on weather.
The weather,
Okay.
weather permitting.
Right. I go down, I have clients in the south, quite south. So I make sure I hit them all when I'm down south. I go up to Greeley. I've got some clients in western Nebraska. So I'll do an overnight
Wow.
and take care of them. I don't go to Arizona for my Arizona clients or Indiana for my
Zoom.
Indiana. Yeah, I Zoom them.
Yeah.
I Zoom them. But I can. If I do trips, I am my own business.
Right.
So I can take trips like that. So if I got a group of people in Arizona, I'm going to come and
Oh,
take
yeah.
care of them face to face.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we need. We don't want a stranger calling us, trusting them once, getting stuck and having nowhere to go to. If I've got people that are my clients, it is my responsibility to take care of them as best I can.
Right, right. So, speaking about those calls, how do you and where do they get our number from?
Okay, so a lot of times when we turn 65 and we're lost, we go online and we're like, how do I get Medicare? And then there's a little button that says, do we have permission to contact you? And you click yes, just once because you need information.
Right.
You become a part of a list. They sell that list and continue to sell that list.
Oh.
So you want to Google do not call list and get your name on it, and do not answer. If they call you and it says scam likely, hit the red button and then delete, report junk. Do not answer, do not talk to them, but most importantly, if you're desperate and somebody calls you and you're like, my plan's leaving, I just need some help, I'm answering this call. If you say yes even once, they're probably going to sign you up for a different plan and you don't even know what it is.
Ouch. Ouch. That's scary.
We can fix it. If that has happened to you this year, where you're just like, forget it, I'm just going to talk to this person, and then you get a card and you're like, oh, what's this? I guess I have new
Right.
insurance.
Right.
Definitely call me. We can fix it. It might be, there are times when I have I have conversations like that where I look at it and I look at them and I say, guess what? You're good.
Wow.
And I don't make money, but I don't care. They feel comfortable, and the relief. And it turns out when I do that, when I am not, we call it commission breath.
Right.
When I'm not like, no, you're good, it's okay, you're fine.
Right.
People are so relieved that they tend to refer people to me because they trust me.
Right. Right. She's cool.
So,
Yeah. And again, she's not asking for a dime from you. That's the big one. She'll come out to your house here in Denver. I mean, I got some kind of shady friends, one in particular over on 10th and Sheridan.
Yep.
She went out there. She said, "Oh, I'll go talk to Dino. No worries. He's not shady. He's just a single guy.
he's wonderful.
But he's cool. Anyway, so she'll go out and speak with you. She's got her spray gun with her.
I ain't scared. My dad was a cop.
There you go. So once again, give him that phone number, Tammy.
It's 502-599-5928. And I do want to let people know that my schedule really is filling up. So if you have flexibility, like if you can do an evening appointment, if you can do a weekend appointment, I might be able to get you in a little bit quicker. If not, we might have to go out a few weeks. If we miss it completely, don't panic. Just call me in mid-December, around Christmas. We'll get together in January.
There you go.
And even if I tell you you're okay, you're gonna know from somebody who did not sell you the plan, who has nothing to gain or lose by telling you the truth.
Again, we're talking about Medicare and Medicaid, and it's so important now. We're getting close to December, and the cutoff date, I guess, is December
The 7th,
the 7th.
if your plan is continuing. Hey,
Yeah.
you said Medicare and Medicaid, and I want to be real clear with
Okay,
that.
I'm sorry.
Medicare, here's how we tell the difference between those two.
Okay.
Medicare, you had a grandma, right?
Right.
Did you love your grandma?
I did.
You care about your grandma?
I loved her.
Okay, so Medicare care is for our older generation because we
Okay.
care about them.
Right, right.
Medicaid, aid means help.
Okay.
So if we have lower income, it doesn't matter how old we are. We can be 1 day old and have Medicare. We can be 99. Oh no, Medicaid? Apologies. If we're low income, we can have it throughout of our life. But you can have both. You can have Medicare and Medicaid.
Mm.
Here's how my business works. You have to be Medicare eligible for me to work with you.
Oh, okay.
I don't just do Medicaid. I'm
Makes
sorry, and I know people need help with that,
Makes
but that's not my vibe.
Right.
If you have Medicare, I can then help you, and I am your client.
Okay.
I'm your person. I can then help you with redetermination, because redetermination is every year you have to prove to the government that you are still worthy of having your Medicaid, and it's convoluted. It's confusing.
Yes.
It's frustrating. It's
Right.
a long process. So if you want some help with that process, I can help my clients do that.
There you go.
I am not a miracle worker. I am not your fairy godmother, but I help. Okay?
Yes.
And I've seen them so often that I can sometimes look at the application and say, here's where our issue is and here's what you need to do. So we can partner and make that process just a little easier, because you need to have the benefits that make your life rich and full. This is our retirement.
Yes.
We need to have fun with it. We
Fun.
need to enjoy it. We need
Yes.
to not worry about this dumb stuff that drags us down and affects so much of our life.
Absolutely.
Let's make it clean. Let's make it easy. Let's make it fun. We'll laugh. I'll pet your dog. I will not pet your snake. Snakes
No.
creep me out. Not going to do that.
Oh, yes. Stellar Solutions, folks. Tammy, I consider her a friend, and you will too after she's done with you, because she is out to help you, help yourself. And I'll tell you, she was God sent for me, and I'm glad that I did, and I was able to, I do know a few people, and I have turned her on to some people, and they're very happy, and you will too. Give them that number again, Tammy.
It's 502-599-5928. And I keep saying text me, but you can call me.
Yeah, there you go. Folks, this will be running on Facebook and other platforms for the next couple of weeks. I think that the cutoff dates are very important again to say.
Absolutely. You've got to make your appointments now, because you need to make your choice for next year by December 7th if your plan is continuing.
There
If you
go.
want a benefits review for next year, we got to do it by the 7th. If your plan is ending, you got a letter from your carrier saying, we're not going to give you this plan anymore. You have through the end of February, but you'll go on original Medicare in January, and we don't want that. So we
Right.
can still meet mid-December to take care of that for you.
There you go. Stellar Solutions. Tammy, thanks for hanging out on
My
my happy vibe place here where
This
I hang
is
out at.
amazing. It was so fun to see it all behind the scenes. Thank you.
Well, you did listen to it, and now you're part of it. So
I'm part of the club.
you're officially part of the KUHS family. You're welcome to come back at any time. If something pops up that people need to know about, you could call me on the hotline, just like people can reach out to you. It's really important. Give them that number again.
Yes, it's 502-599-5928. My name is Tammy Steller. Not truly Steller, it's Steller. Thank you.
She's my rep. She can be yours. Once again, thank you for being locked into KUHS, and we're coming over the other side, play some music. Thank you for watching and taking this half hour. It is such an important time of the year. Besides, happy holidays to you.
You too, my friend.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
We're live on KUHS. Come on back to the other side and listen to some great music as Henry Archuleta takes over the studios. Thank you. Have a good weekend and go Broncos. See ya. Bye-bye.